one of the most dynamic and controversial football players of all time. Adam Pacman Jones was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, going on to make a name for himself as a cornerback and return specialist for teams like the Tennessee Titans, the Dallas Cowboys, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Denver Broncos. He was the 6th overall pick in the 2005 NFL Draft and a first-team All-Pro player. But beyond the headlines and the NFL stardom, there's so much more. A father of 3, an adopted father of 2, Pacman has been married to his wife for 10 years. He's also established careers as a professional commentator, a rapper, and an entrepreneur, serving as the driving force behind the Pac Entertainment Group, the J24 Athletic Complex, and his podcast, The Pacman Jones Show. Over the past 20 years, Pacman and I have fostered an unexpected friendship. It's easy to dilute someone down to a Google search or a string of headlines, but in this episode, we explore the side of Jones the tabloids don't cover, particularly his loving heart and the compassion for other people. The question then is a window into Pacman Jones's life reflect a mirror to your own? Mirrors and Windows with Katrina Campins. So first of all, he's a very loyal friend. And we've been friends for 20 years, right? Which may seem like a very odd friendship, but we've been friends for a very long time.
I met you in 2005. No.
Yeah.
What year I came out? 2005.
Yeah. You had just been drafted.
Jeff had just
by Tennessee Titans.
Do you know who introduced us to each other? Do you remember?
No.
I'll never forget this. We was at Wet Willie's.
I do remember what was.
You, guess who's with you?
Who?
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Jeremy Shockey.
You know what? I have a moment. I have a recollection of us. It was Jeremy Shockey, you and I, which Jeremy and I went to college together. We've been friends forever.
Yeah.
Of you two getting tattoos together in the condo that I sold you.
That was
later.
3 weeks later when we got when we did.
But wait a second. Go back to the Wet Willie's story because I have no recollection of this.
I meet Jeremy. I'm like, hey, bro, where you at, bro? Come to Wet Willie's. Boom. We was all up there in Wet Willie's. Boom. Y'all come walking in. I'm like, who is she? And we got the whole spiel down about like everything that you did. There was like 2 other women that was with y'all, and Jeremy had his boy. And man, you start talking about different projects, what we can get right now on South Beach. And I think a month and a half, 2 months later, we end up buying 2 condos.
That part I remember. So and now that you're talking about the Wet Willie story, I do remember because Jeremy and I went to college together, so we have crazy stories partying together. But the whole Wet Willie's thing totally makes sense on South Beach. And that's when Wet Willie's was like the spot to go. You had just been drafted number 6 in the overall draft, I want to say, and I had just done the first season of The Apprentice with Donald Trump, and it was a huge hit. So we all just vibed and got along. And I remember...
I think we got along so good because we was like, you know, they say when you're at the top, a lot of people do this. Point at you. And at that time, we was all at the top. I mean, we are still at the top. I shouldn't say it like that, but like we was just young, flamboyant, flashy, and smart. Now, I did have a little bullshit with me. Everybody know I love to fight, period, point blank. It is what it is. But like we was, if they put us right now in this time.
That's what I say all the time. And back then, remember, Jeremy was playing for the New York Giants.
Yes.
You had just been drafted. I had just done The Apprentice. We didn't have social media back then. So can you imagine if we had the power of social media back then?
I'm just saying, our crew, me, you, Jeremy, you got a white guy, tatted the fuck up. Looked like Jesus Christ. Pretty as a motherfucker. Then you have me. Nice. Looking good.
So much fun.
You know what I'm saying? Then we have you. Then we had a lot of other people around us, and I won't say no names because this conversation really isn't about them, but we had a lot of gorgeous, high-powered, big-name people. My next-door neighbor at the condo was Shaq and Batman. No, for real.
The whole condo, first of all,
Am I lying?
the complex that I sold, and you ended up buying 2 condos, it was literally like a who's who. It was like Melrose Place for athletes and entertainers.
Yes.
Everybody had a condo there.
Yes.
At one point, even, I don't even know if you realize this, but like Lenny Kravitz's assistant was staying there. Like, it was just wild, right?
It was some good times, though. I remember one night. This was probably like our second, maybe a year and a half in there. I got a couple of my homeboys in town. We come out. My homeboy's so in awe. He's looking at it. He's like, is that Batman? Is that Batman? So he come back in the room. He's like, bro, I know I've been smoking weed. I know I'm high. But y'all got to come out here, man. Batman is upstairs. This was one of the most humbling things that I've ever seen in my life. And yes, it was Batman, because Batman and Shaq had the ones at the top. I had the 2 at the bottom. They didn't want to be down with me because my part was loud, just a little bit. And the restaurant and the bar was right there where I was at. But like, yeah, those times when you go back, you think about different things like that, are times to cherish, because at the end of the day, like, nobody knows when who's going who. Like, and me personally, I live my life every day like that. You know me, okay? Like, my whole thing is I'm gonna enjoy myself while I'm here. I'm gonna respect everybody while I'm here too. But I stand on morals, and I hate to say that I'm going to do it my way by any means necessary, but I am.
And we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, do you remember the day that, so you were getting a tattoo, Jeremy Shockey was getting a tattoo in your condo, right? And then we ended up going to Prime 112. Do you remember this?
We got the flag, yeah.
Remind me of that night. We ended up going to Prime 112, but I feel like we were at a table with like...
So Jeremy Shockey had Mama's Boy, which was on his triceps. I'm like, damn, bro, I got to get that. He's like, all right, if you get that, I get the one that you got, which was the flag. So I got Mama's Boy, and then I got it on me. Hold on, let me show you.
And that's just so powerful, the fact that you got the American flag. Yeah. By the way, I have to say that Pacman asked me what I was wearing today, and I said, I've never worn lime green, and I want to wear it.
You
and
smell me?
somehow you found,
You smell me? Is it on this arm? I think it's on this arm. It's Mama's Boy.
But I remember I was sitting there, and you guys, as you...
Yeah, because he had Mama's Boy, and I was like, I got to get that tattoo you got, bro. And this, yeah.
Look at that.
Tattoo.
Look at that, Mama's Boy. I remember, yep.
Same tattoo.
So you were getting that one, and he was getting the...
He had this one, remember?
Yeah, he had that one, and you were getting that one. He was getting the American flag.
And he got an American flag. Yeah.
I know, I remember.
It was a...
What a moment. And I think back to it, and it's just like we had so many fun moments, but we were all just being ourselves. Yeah. And I think that's what's so incredibly unique, is that we were all just so authentic. That's why we're all still friends years later. And speaking of that, like you have an amazing heart, right? People don't speak enough about your heart. It's like... Yeah. If you Google Pacman Jones, you're going to get a different version of the version that I know, right? Yeah. But
you know me as a person.
I know you as a person.
You got to realize, when I grew up, the media didn't know me as a person. The media was, all right, we're just going to throw him up here. Now that we have a platform, I can go and say, hey, bro, did I smack him? Yeah, I smacked the shit out of him. But this is the reason why I smacked his ass, and here's the video. Or I didn't touch him. They're lying. When 2000, from 99 to 2000, I would say 15, maybe 16. Like, we don't got these glasses right here. If I say, hey, Meta, take a picture of Katrina right now, they'll take a picture. We ain't had that back then. Mm-hmm. So I think where we at today is, like, we can control the narrative of the bullshit, because a lot of these big companies, and I really want to say some names. I really do. And I've worked for some of them too. And I still working with some of them that's posting the stuff that I'm saying. but it was all clickbait, which I ain't knocking them because we got to make our money. So I respect the game. Like, that's one thing about me. I respect the game. Now, if that was my game, I got to do that. And that was their game. Their game was, all right, let me get a clip or a clickbait, because we don't got nothing. They don't have nothing to defend what I'm saying. So if I'm out in a strip club and I throw $30,000 and somebody say he asked for the money back, who in the fuck, first of all, asking for the money back? Second of all, during those times, I had nothing to justify myself. You get what I'm saying? We had Nextel twerk phones. What did we have in 2005?
Well, yeah. You had no evidence. Like, you have no video. Whereas now everybody's videoing everything. Like you're saying.
Right now, like,
it was your
anything.
word against theirs at that time. But do you think like you have, I can relate to you in so many different ways, and this show's all about, like, a window into someone else's world is basically a mirror into your own, and you have a heart, right, that's very compassionate and empathetic, but you're also a rebel.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that, right? You don't like anyone to tell you what to do.
I don't have a problem with somebody telling me what to do if it's in the rights of telling me what to do.
Do you think, like, why do you think you were in that position? Do you think?
You know what? And I'll be open and honest. I probably ain't even told too many people this. Like, I carried a lot of anger. Like, my dad got killed right in front of me. And I know people be like, damn, man, he just a fireball. Damn, man, he just be, it ain't that, bro. I don't want to be what my dad was. So, like, mentally, I've built up all this energy from going through that. Now, like, I'm older, so I got tools. I talk to people, like, talk to a shrink, fucking, shout out to Sully, 4 days a week. Just about little things that can catch up that you don't want to catch up. But, like, during that time, bro, I was on demon time. Everybody know, like, I'm keeping my pistol everywhere I go. I'm about whatever anybody talking about. I ain't starting no shit, but I'm finishing it. And it took me a while to get out of that stage of my life, because I was just like, fuck it. I'd rather go to jail than die. Who want to die? I don't want to die. I don't. I love life, regardless of where it's going to be at. But, like, we only get one time in this thing. This motherfucker here going to stop ticking at one point. And seeing my dad go through, seeing what happened to my dad, not seeing what he went through, but, like, that, like, changed me mentally. And it helped me, though, like, definitely fucking sports-wise in school. Like, it's like, I got to be better than everybody. I got to do better than everybody. And, like, it caught up on me on the other side, because you got to realize I grew up in Bankhead projects. Moved from Bankhead, then go to Boat Rock. Then move from Boat Rock, go to Washington Road. Like, these 3 projects, I posted it the other day, like, this shit was like Vietnam. I'm talking about, like, kids dying from straight bullets flying in their house. Lady come in, the top of the projects, try to buy some crack. She run off with the crack in the taxi cab. She come back. They said her hair, pussy on fire, the whole car on fire. Like, this is the shit that I had to grow up seeing. So, like, this shit take time to, like, Musa, and move on. Like, and it took me a little while. And, like, right now today, like, I'm still on demon time. I'm letting everybody know. Don't fuck with me, because I'm not a regular human being. Now, I love everybody. I respect everybody. I don't bother nobody. But, like, I'm not with no racist shit, period, point blank. And, like, don't touch me. Like, and those are my limits. Some people got other limits, but, like, my limit is, and now, okay, I kind of like, all right, I don't even want to go out nowhere unless I'm getting paid. then it's like, oh, you just like the rest of these suckers.
But and by the way, that's extremely powerful, Pac, because of course your dad's death changed you. But you didn't have the tools then, again, that people have now. Now people talk about mental health. Now people talk about your
We were
internal
scared to
wound.
talk about mental health.
Well, it wasn't okay for men to talk about it, right? And your father
Even
passed when you were
women.
what, 14?
Even women. This is a crazy story, right? So I was talking to my therapist and stuff. I went to McLean Hospital, and he's like, man, anybody else in your family that is bipolar? I'm like, anybody else in my family? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not bipolar. He's like, man, you got a little bit of symptoms of bipolar. All right. So you know what I do. Only person I can call, my grandma's passed away now. My uncle crazy, he definitely got bipolar. So I call my mom, I'm like, yeah, mom. Therapist sitting here asking me about bipolar. She said, oh yeah, boy, I don't even worry about that with you. I'm like, oh my fucking God, mom. Like, if you probably told me this 10 years ago, I probably could have figured out how to handle the triggers. Even if I didn't have the medicine, which I've never took bipolar medicine until like 2000, whenever I went to McLean. Then I got off of started back smoking weed. But like, if I knew like I had certain things that I need to deal with to be successful, I'll be I'm dangerous right now. I'm real dangerous, but like I would be so dangerous. I'm talking about like right here, because like.
Well, if you had the tools, because another thing people don't speak about enough is how smart you are.
Yeah.
You know, and you've said to me, like, you see everything. I know you see everything. I've known that since 2005, you know, even if people couldn't see that in you, right? You're so smart. So if you had the tools, if people actually were open about it and vulnerable about it, you would have been able to have the right tools to not be in those situations.
Well, I had tools, but I ain't had the right tools. So like I had school tools. Mm-hmm. I made 1250 on SAT. I can read a fucking book in 2 seconds.
Crazy.
I can tell you whatever. Only thing I probably like struggled in was a spelling bee. Like I always came in like third or fourth in that. Like sports wise, all the fucking tools. The tools that I didn't have was communicating and expressing myself. And like those are big tools.
Mm-hmm. And why
like
do you think you didn't have those tools?
I don't feel good today. I'm pissed off today. To have somebody where you say, then why are you pissed off? And then there goes the triggers. Well, you know, today I'm thinking about, or today I went through this that made me think about this when he did this. Like, no reason why he should be doing that, because like mentally I think that is a violation of maybe what may happen to me, like what happened to my dad. And some people just don't realize that, but like, I'm just thankful, man. Like, I got a good group of people around me. I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world. I'm pretty damn near top 10 though. I'm top 10. But,
and Pac, your mom, because I'm a single mom myself, so I can relate so much to her, right? It takes such strength.
Yes.
What, like, you must have, which is the tattoo, right?
Yeah.
Mama's boy. What's your relationship with your mom now, and what was it then, and how did she empower you to
Baby,
be
I
the best?
love you. You my everything. You know that. Like, my mom is my everything. And my grandma.
Yeah, grandmothers are just amazing.
Because like, my whole story was like, my dad died, my mom went to jail for money laundering, then I had to stay with my grandma. Then my mom came home, graduation of my 3rd grade year. But like, my mom is, she one-on-one. Like, she basically, she taught me how to be a dog. Like, it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to talk about what you're going through. Everybody gonna have a good day. Everybody gonna have a bad day. But like, I've never in my life felt that I ain't have no love for my mama. And like I think as a male role, you know, we all bulked up in all this bullshit. But like me growing up in the project, I knew like, shit, boy, my mama get here, y'all better not say, nah, boy. And she might come in with some brand new shoes right now. She probably got something for all of us. Like my mom was one of those persons. She is one of those persons. Like if she knew nephew size and Junie was here and Trent was here, she wouldn't come in here with one pair of Jordans. No. Everybody getting Jordans. And I grew up, I'm the only child. My cousin Lewis and James grew up. I used to hate that shit as a kid, but like.
What, being an only child?
No, I hated that she was bringing them the fucking same shoes that I was
they were getting
getting.
gifts as well.
Fuck, Mom? You could have bought me 3 more pair of shoes. I'm only getting 2 pair of shoes now, and they're getting 2. Buy them 1 pair of Jordans. But
that's where your compassionate heart comes from, and I'm sure from your grandmother as well.
And it made me who I am today. Mm-hmm. And I don't do a lot of stuff for a lot of people, but if it means something to me, I'll do it. Like for instance, I'm gonna be real with you. Me and you have been talking about doing this show for how long?
Not that long, like 2 months maybe.
2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Call me what day? Monday. Pac, are you gonna be available on the 18th?
Yeah, I called you last week. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be available. Yeah, I am. Literally, and it's my fault, but I had some things with the kids at a school that I'm giving away bikes. I'm giving away 200 bikes, 200 AirPods, and it was supposed to be today. Their last day of school is Thursday, though. Just to let you know.
No, I'm like, you're gonna find. I took this opportunity
like,
from the kids.
No, you didn't.
No. Okay, thank God.
I already told her that I'm coming. Like, she is gonna kill me. Not in public, but on my phone. She is gonna call me like, hey, bro, this hood now. What the hell is going on with you? And so, but like, I try to make it a point to
keep your word.
At least keep my word.
And you
with
do.
Us who take care of us. You've always been good to me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
No, and likewise, Pac. And that's why it's like people wouldn't believe it, but there's so many successful people out there and famous people out there. And if you asked me, name the top 5 that will actually keep their word and come through for you, like you're one of them. And that may seem like amazing to people, you know what I mean? But look, here you are. You took a 5 a.m. flight.
Missed it. I mean, what?
They
canceled it.
They canceled your flight. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm like,
They just canceled the flight. We've been sitting on here hours. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, what are you doing? She in makeup. I'm like, I gotta figure out some kind of way to get there.
I was in hair and makeup and I FaceTimed you. And by the way, the people asking you for photographs and stuff in the airport. And what did you say? You said something funny to one of the kids, like, I'm 7 feet tall. What did you say?
Oh no, he was like, damn man, you look way big on camera. I said, bro, I'm 180 pounds. I'm 5'10", and I am the biggest nigga in this whole state of Ohio. That's what I told him.
And then he took a picture with him. I'm on FaceTime with like one eye done, my hair like teased here. The hair and makeup girls are like, this is going to be a great episode. He's hysterical. They're like, please send us the link. I'm like, oh no, he is a whole show in himself. Yeah. And what about your grandmother, Pac? Did she teach you prayer? Where did your sense of faith come from?
Definitely grandma. Mm-hmm. And she taught me family. Like, my grandma was the one that would get us all together. Like, my granddaddy, I ain't gonna call him a slumbag because I do love him. He got 35 kids.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever, how many kids he got. I only know like 10 of them. No more than 10. I know 12 of them. But
your grandma,
my grandmama was like the bootlegger. Like, so when we grew up in the projects, she the one who sold all the candy, the liquor, the beer.
Really?
Like, our house was a fucking store. No, for real. In one of the worst projects ever. They knew when you come down to 146, you better have respect and don't come in here loud and your feet better not be dirty. My grandma she just didn't play. She's old fashioned. Like, Man, you know how people used to, in the old days, they used to have plastic on the.
Yes, all the old ladies used to have plastic on the.
I seen my grandma. As long as I've lived, no plastic. Every morning, before my granddaddy got up, she would vacuum out every piece of the house. I'm talking about the couch, boom, boom, boom. And by the time we wake up, fucking breakfast is ready. We're in the projects.
Wow. What a
Clothes,
woman.
wash, fold, immediately. Like, we grew up in the projects, but we grew up hustles in the project. We ain't never wanted for not a man, nothing. And that Christine Jones is probably the reason why, if I had to pick one person, Christine Jones, I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you. That lady,
if it weren't for her.
That lady is my grandma. Oh, and I love my mama to death. I'm not saying that against my mom, but like, my grandma was the glue to the puzzle of growing and teaching us. Like, you know how these kids now, they be like, hey, Pac, boy, in my grandma's house, if you ain't called somebody Mr.
Yeah.
Oh, wherever she at, you probably get smacked with whatever she can throw to you. And if she can reach you, she definitely gonna smack you. But like, yeah, she changed my life. She taught me what was different than where we was at. She's like, it's something bigger than this shit. This shit is where you at right now, but yeah, I know you enjoying it, but it's some way bigger. Like, I ain't never get to play with all of the kids that I grew up with in the hood. Like, we had a team. It was called Boat Rock Basketball. My grandma would never let me play with that team. I had to go up the street, Sandtown, which is a uppity area. Then I had to go back and play against these motherfuckers. That's in my projects. So you know they playing extra hard on me. Like, oh, we gonna play. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That made you stronger though, especially in sports.
It taught me a lot though. It taught me that, because when I went up the street, it was $1 million homes. And the $1 million homes in Boat Rock, they practicing in Boat Rock. They might drive up the street to go play the game. The kids I'm practicing with got where I want to go. Like, and I truly believe in that. Like, motherfuckers you hang around,
100%.
what you gonna be.
And you know, there's a Spanish saying that says, "Dime con quién andas y te digo quién eres," and it's a lot of grandmothers say that. It's like, tell me who you are, you know, who you're hanging out with, and I'll tell you who you are. And it's about positioning yourself right with the right people, because you become that. But I think that with your mom's story and your grandmother's story, the compassionate heart and the empathetic heart seem to be, you know, very present there. Yeah. And being raised by a strong woman like that probably inspired you tremendously, right?
Yeah.
What is your feeling now on women as a result of being raised by strong women?
I got two beautiful young girls. My shout out to Zanaya Jones, Fort Ride, Mississippi State, getting paid. My youngest daughter is at Withrow right now. She's a track star too. I'm all for it, man. I think this. I'm gonna speak in two different languages right quick, but the sports world for girls right now is where I would say NFL started. Girls are getting paid right now. Basketball, they getting shoes, sports deals, NIL. We're just now seeing the magnitude of how good women's sports are. And I'm talking about in all magnitudes. I'm talking about basketball, soccer, lacrosse, flag football.
Wow.
Track. Everything is at a all-time high, I think, for women sports. And I will say this, women's sports is good right now. It used to be, did you see girl dunk the ball the other day from North Carolina?
Well, it's crazy because people used to never watch women's sports. I mean,
I think it's at an all-time high though. I think
100%.
And I might be wrong, but I doubt if I'm wrong. The women athletes that we have, Simone Biles, all these athletes that we have right now, women, Like, we haven't seen this. We haven't seen this. You never seen the Kate and my girl from LSU. You never seen that.
Mm-hmm.
You never seen one of the biggest shoe deals for women. You never seen that.
No, it's crazy.
Like,
but it's empowering, and women are just becoming a force to be
Yes.
reckoned with, which is amazing because you do have 2 daughters. You have how many kids total? 5, right?
No, 3 of them on.
Right. But we have 5 kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's another story that you've just begun to tell, which is the Chris Henry story. Your best friend, which passed away, and you adopted his 2 kids. And Pac, that says, I get chills as I say that, like, beyond words. There are no words for that. Talk to me about that journey and how are they now?
They doing good. The journey was to blow them up, okay? So nobody was talking about these kids, right? So I talked to their mom. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Like, well, Bubba is like top 10. Nobody talking about man, which is Chris Henry. I'm like, look, send them to me. Just send them to me and give me 2.5, 3 years with them. Wow. That's all I need. Then you can have them back.
But you became their legal guardian.
Yeah, legal guardian and everything. But I'm like, I'm just telling you, like, I'm talking to you real, like how the story was. Send them to me for 2, 3 years, then you can have them back. So she called me like 6 months later. She's like, all right, I'm gonna send them. So she initially sent Bubba and Man, which is Chris Henry and DeMarcus Henry, which is the brothers, all right?
And then?
Basketball season going on. Starting to get a little pop. Now I done got them into my mentality. Are you gonna work out every day? Ain't no, if you don't want to do it, I ain't bringing you here for this. I bring you here to get you better. You're on the time limit. We got to go. They bought into it. Bought all the way into it. So midway through that, she comes down. The moms come down. She see him. She's like, oh, shit. This shit is really working. Hold on. Saini is playing 2 minutes a game up in North Carolina. They just won championship, but maybe you can help her too.
Oof. So you have all
Hold on. I ain't
wow.
Hold on, I ain't done yet. So now at this time, I got a 7th grader, 8th grader, and a 9th grader that's going to the 10th grade. Go through the summer. Put Saini with a guy I know in Cincinnati. Unbelievable AAU team. These kids work. Like, I know who's gonna get the work in, and I know who ain't. Boom. All of a sudden, guess what? Kid have no offers, got 1 offers. Shout out to Bryce on the show too. She got 17 offers. Just to let you know, she at Ohio State right now.
You can be a coach.
Hold on. So, damn, it's really getting good now. So, I'm come back now. She's like, what do you think about me coming down here? Come on. So she come again. It's her and Ofa. Ofa is the youngest. Ofa is junior 7, Ofa's 9. So at this time, like on my dime, not asking nobody. I've never asked nobody. They've never paid. I wouldn't even allow it. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like at this time, it's me, Tish, Junie, Trent, Ofa, they mama, Man, Bubble, Saini. 9 of them.
You have a whole team.
How much you think it costs to go dinner?
Oh no, I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
and everything is with inflation now. Everything is super.
Let's just say let's go cheap. Let's just say we go Outback.
Oh, Outback! I love Outback. $2,000.
I would say 1,800.
1,800.
All right.
Every time you go
say we on
eat.
the beach though.
Oh, Miami Beach? Miami Beach? Oh, you're talking like 10 grand. Like, that's ridiculous. You can't take them to Miami Beach. They're not allowed to go to Miami Beach.
Well,
They definitely can't come to Palm Beach. I'll tell you that much.
Chick-fil-A is down there, what?
I love Chick-fil-A.
800.
Yeah, I love
But
Chick-fil-A.
like I didn't do that, and I'm just, I can be open with you. I have not talked about this conversation with nobody, but I did that because I wanted what was best for the boys. That was my intentions through the whole thing, and they doing good now.
But it's because you love, this is one of your best friends that passed, and he would probably do the same thing for you. You probably would do that for how many people, you think? How many close friends do you consider yourself to have?
It's a lot of...
Because you have a lot of acquaintances.
It's a lot of associates right now, though. Mm-hmm. Chris was by far one of my close friends because we went through, we built that shit together. We did a lot of dumb shit together in college, too. Like, it's hard to say close friends because, you really only meet your close friends in college.
So true.
Yeah.
And those friendships are priceless.
Yeah.
You go through...
There's a lot of close slum bags. I can name you those if you want me to name you those. Okay. But I'm saying close friends, Chris Harvath, which is my best friend. That's alive. Damn, I can't name nobody.
It's hard.
I would say Sully. Sully, who's my shrink. Damn, I gotta make sure I get this right because they probably gonna see this. Chris, Sully. Yeah, I don't got no other best friends.
And isn't that powerful?
Yeah. I enjoy being
alone.
You see how I walked in here? I'm private, car, security, yeah.
I can relate because I just think that alone time is so incredibly powerful if you love yourself and you really can face yourself. That's when you connect with God, and that's when you have your most powerful moments. And it's very, people say, oh my God, Katrina, you know everybody, right? You're so well connected. Yeah, but there's very few people that will be there for you at the end of the day, right? And keep their word. And those are really the only people that matter. But I think that alone time is precious. But then there's crazy stories that I didn't even know that, like Jelly Roll used to sleep on your couch.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So me and Jelly went to college together. I was my best friend.
But
me and Jelly used to smoke so much weed together. Oh my God. Yeah.
But he was just what? He was still in college. He started singing.
No, he was in college and he was rapping at that time. He wasn't doing country music.
Oh.
Jelly Roll have always been an artist. Let me tell you that from the jump. Anybody know Jelly Roll in West Virginia? You're like, oh, Jelly Roll, yeah, he be rapping. Like, he would go to every battle they had in Morgantown. And we came cool. Actually, we stayed like 4 doors down. I forget what game it was. I had a good-ass game. And I was fucking with him because he had his shirt off. He was drunk as fuck. I'm like, what up, fat boy, Jelly Roll? He's like, Pac, I fucking love you. And ever since that day, we've been cool. Even when I got drafted in Nashville, I bundled his ass out of jail. He was on my couch when he got bundled out of jail. But I think, and did I know Jelly Roll was gonna be a superstar at that time?
No.
Didn't. But if I would have looked at the work ethic that he had at that time, I would have knew he was a superstar. Mm-hmm. And that's what I look at now when I'm watching somebody. What is work ethic like? Because this motherfucker would go to the studio 24/7. Me, I'm like, God damn, Jelly, stop beating on the goddamn counter. Yeah. And now that you think about it, it's me growing up as a kid, throwing a football or baseball or basketball up against the wall every day like my son do. When you have different habits and they come contagious, it really showed, if you're watching the person, it really show you what they capable of doing.
Mm-hmm. And that whole saying says, it's hard work will beat talent, right? At the end of the day. But you have both, right? Especially when it comes to football. And to be able to be drafted 6th in the overall draft, that takes talent and a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice. So would you do it all over again?
As far as getting drafted?
Well, as far as like all the hard work and the work ethic.
Fucking right.
Exactly.
I enjoyed it. Ain't too many people. Hey, buddy, was you the first defensive player picked in the draft?
The what?
Was you the first defensive player picked in the draft?
Who?
You. Hey, were you the first defensive player picked in the draft? I think, what is it, the 54th Super Bowl? It's only, yeah. What are we at? 59th Super Bowl, Katrina. Guess what?
What?
It's only 59 of us being the first defensive player picked in the draft.
Wow.
Did fucking good from a kid from Bo Rock.
Amazing. Amazing. And that's why people still look up to you. That's why, you're just such an inspiration for so many young kids to know, like, if you work hard, you can still attain it, right? And then look what you've done after football. Regardless of all the obstacles, of all the adversity, like you now have a platform, right? And you've transformed yourself and you're talking about things like mental health. And I want to talk a little bit more about that because with your platform, you're very open about it, right? And a lot of athletes, back in when we were hanging out all the time, like in my 20s, I represented over 400 athletes, entertainers, and celebrities, right? And a lot of what I saw was when they stopped playing the game, right? Let's say football. Hard times, really, really deeply dark times. And one thing that you speak to all the time is that if they're in a marriage or in a relationship, like most times that relationship's gonna fail, right? Because all of a sudden this athlete is home all the time now, which you're so used to having him train and work hard and so forth. What do you think, or what do you want your platform, how do you want your platform to help athletes with mental health?
Or hold on, are we asking relationships?
Oh, yeah,
or mental health? Which one?
Well, I think
I break down both.
I think part of it though is you need to get yourself right to be in a partnership, right?
I break down both of them because some of these relationships turn into mental health problems. Like, just imagine, like, nice ass house you have here. I'm only coming here 6:30 in the evening, 8:30. I gotta watch film from 8:30 to 9. Want to say what's up to the kids, kiss you, hug you, boom. I'm out the door at 5:30. For 15 years. You got 4 months with me. Really not even 4. Like 2, because I got to start back working out. It's going to affect you, and it's going to affect me as a person also too. And like, I've had numerous of friends. Some of them not even here right now. Some of them checked in. Some of them got divorced. Some of them made it through. But it's only a handful that's done really like made it through it. Like, and like, your mental is everything. And my whole point about certain thing is, and I hate to say it like this because I don't want to sound like I'm that type of person, but when you have laid the stones down to build different things, at a certain point, you got to be a little selfish. Got to be a little selfish. And if you have a partner that understands that, it'll work. Don't, never gonna work. Hardest thing is, besides playing football, is damn brain surgery or whatever. It's like 3 of them. But like, and I ain't sure, I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, all the athletes should get a pass. No, I'm not saying that. But I want every woman to think about that. You at home you get to do the fuck you want to do from 6:30 to damn near 8 every day. Every day. I'm talking about that's from April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. February is the Super Bowl. So you might miss 2 weeks if you ain't in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's really tough when you have a relationship where you're used to the spouse is gone all the time, and then all of a sudden it's like what happened with COVID with a lot of relationships.
I'm saying as a man that is hard.
It's I think
For me coming home and now I got to deal with, oh shit, I got to do everything around this motherfucker. It could be some little shit though, you know what I mean? And like if you don't like doing it, I'm not speaking on myself. I'm just speaking in general. Right? Like now, oh damn, kids just spilled the milk over here. God damn, I gotta go do the milk. Oh, the kid crying back here. God damn, I gotta go. Oh, can you take them to school? Oh, I don't feel like cooking today. Can you go get the food? You want to vacuum this over here? You know you gotta get the trash for us. Like, I'm not saying like
you're saying it's
crazy. It's just, and a lot of guys. How do I say this? I'm always doing this. I ain't gonna say I'm being busy, but mentally like a woman, like where I grew up at, like a woman would never take, boy, in my family, if a woman grabbed the garbage, oh, it going down. Like every male on my side of the family will go crazy. This is how we grew up on morals.
Right, like
you know what I mean?
like old
That's
school.
like me
right.
washing some dishes. The fuck? Even though we got a dishwasher right now, but like we grew up on different morals. Like,
Well, you grew up with the woman and the man having different roles, right? Like old school roles. And that's just, it's very different nowadays. You know, everything's messed up. I speak to that a lot about how feminism has actually messed up, you know, the whole relationship dynamic and so forth. And a lot of men don't want to step up and be men. And they don't have good examples around them as well. And that's why it's just so incredibly important.
a lot of them just don't know. Just
know.
Imagine, like, been doing something so long. There's a lot of guys that ain't gonna be rich or the rich when they get through playing football too. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys that's playing football for $500,000-$600,000 a year that end up playing 10 years.
So you played in the NFL for 14 years, right? So, so many memories. Who is your favorite team owner?
Why would you ask me that right now? Well, I was just in Dallas.
Ooh.
And Jerry, like we didn't have a chance to go to the stadium, right? So Jerry brought out a whole bus, like, which was the locker room set up, all of that, and the championship trophies. I'll send you a video so you could play it on the show. And Jerry has always been there when I asked for something or if I needed something. Not financially, I'm talking about, well, I should say financially, spiritually, whatever I need. But Mr. Brown did stick by me through all of the ups and downs. That's a hard question.
But I've heard that he's that type of man where he's able to really be there emotionally, right? And he's very empathetic and very supportive.
I'm gonna go Mr. Brown.
Okay.
Jerry, I love you. Do not throw this against me. I love you, Jerry. But I'm gonna go Mr. Brown because Mr. Brown, he come on. Trent was born at 21 weeks. Yeah, we had called a precinct like a couple times, but yeah, they called her the America baby.
Wow.
Yeah. And Mr. Brown paid me 3 for 30 the last 3 years, which pretty much saved my life as far as like being above where I wanted to be, you know what I mean? At that point, you're like, all right, got this. Don't want to spend. Hey, Adam, this will again. Oh, thank you, Jesus. So, yeah. I would go Mr. Brown. I love Mr. Brown. I love everything about the Brown family. They've been really good to me and my family in Cincinnati. Shout out to the Bengals.
What's your favorite career highlight?
Damn, that's hard. If I had to pick one.
One of one.
Well, I'm gonna say this one just because my favorite coach is Jeff Fisher. We played Philly in Philly, and we went out to the strip club the night before the game. We had a night game that night, and I called Fish. I'm like, "Yo, I ain't making curfew, bro." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm not gonna make it." Like, we're at the strip club and we're hammered right now. You don't want me coming there. He's like, all right. He's like, what time you gonna be here? He's like, bro, you need to be here before 1:30. Showed up at 2:40. I was wasted. Look, wasted. Like how we used to go out. I get in there. They already got the fucking dude with the IV for me, you know what I mean? Take an IV, boom, I go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, go to all the meetings. And I had a punt return against Philly. I had an interception. Well, I dropped the interception. But I had a punt return to win the game. Coach Fisher called an all-out block, which I didn't understand because they was already back then. He was trying to win the game. It was on like 40 seconds. I forget what the time was. Man, I took that motherfucker. I like, spin, punch him, get off to the races. I'll never forget that play.
Wow.
I'll never forget that play because we needed a game, first of all. Second of all, we can get into like 2:30, and it's my longest punt return that I've had too. It was 98 yards.
You're a beast, Pac.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
That was a good night, man. That was a good night.
I bet so.
Shout out to Keith Bullock for letting us stay out that night too. Yeah, Keith, I'm throwing you under the bus. You was there too, asshole.
What are you superstitious about?
Nothing. Normally, it depends on if it's a home or away game. If it's a night game, I'm out. Normally, I'm out on every Friday. So we play Sunday. Friday, I'm going to get shit-faced.
Really? What time are you getting back?
To the house?
Yeah.
Shit. Hopefully by 6:30 a.m.
And then you sleep how many hours? So you don't need a lot of sleep.
Don't need a lot of sleep because you got to realize Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I ain't doing shit.
Yeah, so you're sleeping.
You know what I'm saying? Friday is my day to, all right, let me go out and enjoy myself to make sure I'm still regular. I don't want to be building my head up to worry about this game and be fucking stressed the fuck out.
Okay, I see it. So you let loose on Friday nights.
Yeah. Now, if we got a Sunday night game, depending on what team I was with, I was out.
Really? Because some are more strict than others.
Yeah.
And some, you always know who you can kind of.
Well, like Jeff Fisher was the best player coach that I ever had. Marvin was strict. Wade Phillips was our guy though. He was almost like Fisher. He was almost like Fisher, but like, yeah, you knew the boundaries you could push with certain coaches, but people be talking about, oh yeah, everybody got to make your curfew. That's bullshit, bro. You can't treat the quarterback how you treat the tight end. It just don't happen.
So there's special privileges depending on your position and how good you are,
always,
probably.
Like, you're going to coach everybody the same, but like, you can't tell this motherfucker here who's getting $150 million what to do. Like, compared to guy that's getting $850. Like, and I hate when people say that. Like, can't coach everybody. I mean, you can't treat every player the same. You just can't. You don't treat all your relationships the same with people.
It's true. Although you have to treat everybody with respect and morals and ethics. But yeah,
but some people you're gonna love a little bit more than the other person. Some people you might go out to eat with. Some people you might not go out to eat. Some people you might have a couple of drinks with. Some people you be like, man, I don't even want to go have.
Yeah. You don't want to be with them because they're energy vampires or they're not in sync with your vibration.
Coaches seek all that shit too. That's why they professional coaches. These coaches getting paid millions and millions to be a fucking people watcher and coach good.
Well, it sounds like you could be a coach too. Now you have.
Don't start that, Kay. No.
So who are you?
I've had a couple of coaches call me to ask me
to coach. Oh, that would be hysterical. That's a whole show in itself.
You would be coming interviewing me from probably a jail, whatever state that we're in, for me stringing the fuck out one of these kids. No. These kids are so disrespectful this time. Like, I just came on a football tournament with some 6U kids that was telling me shut the hell up.
No way.
I grabbed this little fucking kid. I said, bro, I don't know who you talking to, but you need to go get your daddy. And I'm going to get him right now. I said, go get him. Go tell him, bring him and your ass right back here. It's just, I don't know, like, life
different
is
times.
So good. And my kids are so respectful. Like that's one thing I can say, like, I've always been good by, like, and every team I've played for, everybody in the building, every owner, like Cowboys, Tennessee, Bengals, even the Broncos, like anybody I call, I get direct access because I've always treated people with respect and dignity. Now, if I leave there, it might be a little different. Now, I might go over here and smack the shit out of somebody, but they deserve to get smacked 9 times out of 10. But as far as coming to work on time, being a professional, treating people with respect, knowing everybody's name in the building, I've always done that. Like my grandma taught me that as a jit too. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you fucking know everybody. You walk in there, you know, and your first impression is really your last. It's like I never go nowhere like not dressed. That's when going up to a gas station. My grandma always told me that. She like the first time they see you, they gonna remember that. You never gonna know who you gonna see.
It's so true, and your attire says so much about you, and I feel like so many people have approached me because of fashion. Even today when I was leaving the hotel, like all of these ladies were so sweet. They're like, I love your lashes, I love your dress, I love this. It's like you inspire people by what you're wearing and how you carry yourself, right? And connect with people through fashion and through beauty and so forth. So I'm a big believer in that as well. My grandmother was the same. She wouldn't leave. Even if she went to Walgreens back then or CVS, it's like she would be dressed to the nines. Another question. Who are your favorite 3 teammates you've ever played with?
Oh, fuck.
Some people are going to be calling you and thanking you during this episode. And people like,
question she just asked me, bro. All right, number 1, Vontaze Burfict.
Who?
Vontaze Burfict.
Okay. 2.
Reggie Nelson.
3.
You saying in the league or in college?
Yeah, that you've ever played with. The best 3 teammates you've ever played with.
We're just going to say in the league.
In the league.
Not in college. Because now
well, we could do college after.
Yeah. Vontaze, Reggie Nelson. Damn, this is a hard question because people gonna be like, yeah. Vontaze, Reggie. I ain't saying his name. Cal Vanderbush.
What about college? Best 3 teammates in college.
College, Chris Henry. These are just the guys that I was good with, right?
Yeah.
And that was good.
And
I would say
your favorite 3 teammates in college.
All right. It would be Chris Henry. Definitely number 1. I will go number 2. Will be my boy Grant Wally. Grant Wally would be number 2. Oh, fuck. Number 3 would be Slappy, Adam Lenort. Those would be my 3.
You're gonna get a phone call from them thanking you,
Yeah.
and then all your other teammates.
Make sure y'all
are like,
Google these
you
pictures
didn't
too
mention
and
me.
flash them up. They gonna be like, oh, at WE football, you know what Pac said? These are his 3 top players that he loved.
That's why I'm not gonna ask the 3 you disliked.
Oh, you can ask me that.
Really? Oh,
No, just ask me who I don't like.
so you're the 3 players that you've played with that you dislike.
No,
teammates?
played with or
Teammates?
played against.
Who are the top 3 players that you dislike?
The guy over there in Pittsburgh, whose son is playing now. I won't say his name. It don't need to be said. Another little short guy that wore 89. He was just a shitbag to me on the Under Armour visit. That's why I really don't like Steve Smith. Like, I got no respect for him. just because of the visit at the armor, because he knew, Reebok, I should say. And I was getting paid. I was the highest paid football player for Reebok at that time. So I don't fuck with him. 3, it was a dude named Ben Collins that played with us, and I ain't gonna tell y'all the rest of the story, but he played at West Virginia. Hey, I think all the West Virginia people. Hey, boy, you need to cut it, boy. Hey, boy, I don't know. This is different. I don't know. This time is different, man. I probably shouldn't say that. Yeah, Ben Collins is the other.
Question for you, Pac. Totally random, but it just came to me. You went to the Mike Tyson, right? And Jake Paul fight. Talk to me about that, because that just happened. Are you friends with Mike?
Yes, I am.
He's awesome, isn't he?
He is.
One thing about Mike Tyson.
Mike's probably high right now. Yeah, he's definitely high.
Well, you know what's awesome about Mike Tyson is, like, people see this fighter when they look at him, right? But I just see like a young, compassionate boy who's encountered a lot of pain in his life, right? And has been positioned to be in the ring many times for other people's benefit, right? And I just see such a soft, kind soul, similar to you, and so forth. But talk to me about that fight, going to the fight, the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight.
First and foremost, I love Tyson. Like,
yeah,
that's my guy. I actually got a picture with him and Junie at 2 years old at the house. Tyson at the house holding Junie. But I think Tyson let off of him. Tyson hit his ass the first round and he just stopped punching. And then it was a lot of stuff that was going on with that fight. He had a blood transfusion to save his life. Everybody like, man, you think Tyson should stop? You think? No, fuck no. If he think he can do it, and I'm quite sure if he didn't have the blood transfusion, he would have been a whole lot better than what he was. But I like Tyson.
Oh, I want
to see Tyson fight again.
Wait, but didn't you dabble in boxing and wrestling yourself?
Yeah, I did.
So were you, and then what happened at the fight? You got in a fight at the fight, right?
What?
Were you inspired by the fight? To fight?
Hold on, at the fight? Hold on, which fight?
Wait, the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. Didn't you get in a fight at the fight?
Well, there was a lot of things that was going on. I actually didn't get in the fight.
You did or didn't?
But I did smack somebody's hand down and end up hitting the officer's hand. So it really wasn't I should have whooped his ass for the shit. Maybe that his girl said, or maybe that he said. But yeah, and he touched me first. I should have drugged him, but I didn't. Like, my life is like, I know I need help, but like, I've came so far, because me, even 6 months ago, I would have smacked the shit out of him. And now that I try to stay out of jail, because my sons and kids can be like, Dad, why you keep going to jail for 24 hours? I was like, bro, it's not me, bro, it's them. Like, are you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. And then I have to come home and explain, but like, I don't mind explaining if it's right.
But I
don't mind explaining if it's wrong or right. But like I told them, shit happens. It's 2000, we're going on 2025. The race shit, it shouldn't matter what color you are, who you like, how you like, what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Go to some of these other countries. That's why all these other motherfuckers come to our country. You know why? Because we fucking got it good over here.
Yeah.
So let's not forget that and take things out of category. But like, yeah, take your ass to Cuba right now. Go over there and see how it is.
And I think that's so important. That's such a valid point, because if you go to other countries and you appreciate the United States and you understand why people are trying to come here, and also people are oppressed, all over the world, or people that are promoting socialism or communism, like, go to these countries and then come back and talk to me about it, right? Once you've been in that situation. So I completely agree. And I have to say, Pac, it's really powerful that you yourself are talking about therapy, because it inspires people.
I need it.
Yeah, but listen, everybody needs a therapist.
No,
Everybody does.
not everybody.
No, I think
It's some people that don't need it. Me personally, and I'm open to say this. Like, I'm still a firecracker when it comes to certain things. So I need someone that I can talk to. You know what I mean? Like, and and it's crazy to say this. I feel the same. Like, people ask me, like, what you do, wake up and do? The same thing that I was doing at 21. If I ain't got shit to do, I wake up, work out, run 3-4 miles, live. If I don't do nothing the next day, guess what I do? Drink 2 bottles of wine. Next day, what I'm doing? Partying again. What time you go to sleep? Maybe 4:30. What time you was up? 7:45, working out. Like, and I don't know, like, maybe God blessed me, but like, I still feel the same as far as like motivated and doing different things, trying to change where we came from and change the outlooks on different things. Talking about weed is cool. Like, it's a lot of stuff that everybody else talking about. Like, shit, they got mushrooms legal, microdose, and in the league, it's a hard topic to talk about marijuana. Like, but we can get opiates. Nothing against Adderall, because I've been taking those a long time. But opiates, Percocets, hydrocodone, all that shit there, they'll give you that shit by the boatload.
But I think it's so incredibly powerful because having gone through what you went through with your father, and I think that's why it's so important for a household to have a mother and a father, but not everybody is blessed, right? Or privileged enough to have that. But that's a big wound, right? And I've seen this with so many people. And so to be able to be open enough to talk about it, it's not your fault that happened, right? And so as long as you're able to discuss it, like, I think everybody can heal, to a certain degree. And I think with that vulnerability comes the power. And I think it takes such strength to be vulnerable, and not everybody's willing to do it.
Well, I'm willing to do it because I want all these kids out here to look at me and be like, God damn, man, he fucked up so many times, man. Damn, his dad got killed right in front of him. Damn, man, his mama got taken away from him. Damn, his grandma raised him in the projects. Damn, man, he ended up having a fucking 3.9 GPA, Georgia Tech. You ain't see all these Ivy Leagues end up going to Georgia Tech, get in trouble again. And God damn, you can make it. Like, you can make it, and you can do anything. Like, and people ask me right now, like, why you rapping? Because I'm showing another kid that they can do this. And guess what? I'm getting fucking paid. That's another thing. Why you doing acting classes? Because eventually, in the next 6 months, I'm be in some movie that y'all don't know about. Why are you like talking on the camera? Because I'm fucking good talking on the camera, and I do my study and do my work. Why you want to do all this and you got enough? Because I'm going to teach the other little motherfucker that's over there watching me that ain't got nothing, that may got some, this rich kid up here in the house that got a whole bunch of shit. Like, damn, he's still working, regardless of what the house look like on the outside or the inside. He enjoy working, and I do, man. Like, I don't think I'll never retire.
Well, I think adversity and obstacles help build character, and you're just an inspiration to show that even through it all, even in the midst of a hurricane, like you can do you, and you can be the best version of yourself and continue to strive to be the best version of yourself with God. I think that's really important, with faith.
Yes, we gotta have faith.
So amen to that, Pac.
Without him, I promise you, like, man, I was just having flashback the other day. Somebody posted, I think I just said this a little earlier, but somebody posted a video of our projects, where we grew up at. And I remember when this happened to the instant. And we got into it with some rival projects. They came through there and shot up like the whole first block of our projects. And 3 young kids died. And then, like, that just show you, like, bro, God is undefeated. And, like, you can't take it, I don't take it for granted, but, like, thinking about that, like I'm 1-on-1. That's all I can say. I'm 1-on-1, bro. I'm my mom and my dad only son. No cap.
Well, thank you so much, Pac, for being you. You are uniquely you.
Politely Raw.
Politely Raw. That's what I was going to say. I love the name of your show,
Raw.
Politely Raw.
And before we get out here, I need everybody go follow the Venti. This is my company.
What is it?
It's a vape. We won Venti of the Year this year. Stores in Brookville. You ever heard of the balloon? Like the balloon thing? You don't smoke it. Y'all know. But yeah, this is a good device that you want to have. Also, shout out to Cookies. Shout out to the Pacman Jones show.
Yes, watch him on the Pacman Jones show. I'm going to be joining your show too.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
I got something in the making too. This summer, just pay attention. Shout out to PXG and the Golf Channel.
Mirrors and Windows with Katrina Campins.